What is going on? Skylex here. Basically, there was, I think this was a remix contest. I don't know. Basically, Emma Hewitt, Safe from Harm. This remix pack was out there. I grabbed it, decided I really loved her voice, so I wanted to make a remix for my live sets. So, gonna do an overview of it. My main focus was basically making sure the kick and bass sounded good and were dynamic and sounded great in a club setting, which I think is a huge problem right now, or I guess, yeah, especially right now. In trance, we have these huge kicks crossing over into the sub and phasing, and just sounds terrible in the club. It sounds like just one wall of sound. And I think that's why psytrance influences in production has gotten so big in trance, is because psytrance is basically a focus on dynamic kick and bass and how to make it sound great in a club. And if you have ever heard psytrance in a club, it's pretty mind-blowing. So the main focus was basically my whole year was basically to learn from those techniques and how to bring that to my productions. So I guess this is the track. Looks like this. I'll dive right into the kick and bass, which sounds like. So very simple, an offbeat sub. It sounds like this. Then with the kick. And if you go over here to the LFO tool, all it's doing is displaying the waveform for me. You can see right away that there's no phasing, and then the kick ends, and then the sub starts, and that will sound really great in the club. And what I mean by phasing, for instance, if you have the sub playing at the same time as a kick, it would look like this. So right there in the second part of the kick, I just shifted the sub. You can see that whole waveform is completely distorted. And in this scenario, I shifted the sub, but oftentimes you find kicks that are crossing over into the sub, so the same thing happens. And you don't want that. But as you can see, that's looking real nice and solid. So, and then there's these two mid basses. One of them sounds like this, and then just like a little topper. So all together. So that's the whole kick and bass, and percussion. Let's jump to that. It's 4 layers, 4 loops, 4 layers, whatever. Got this clap, that hat, this grooviness. So together they go to this virtual mix rack. Now, virtual mix rack is just some EQ and some parallel compression and some brightness. And what this does is it's coming up to about 12. And if I switch it off, so it's coming up to the same volume as you can see there. A little bit more with the virtual mix rack, but it sounds much louder. So that way you can have the same volume but make it seem louder. So then there's this intro pluck, and without effects. And that's just one of the lead layers, so we're gonna go through those when I go through the leads. Computer's struggling a bit. Some effects, but these effects basically just give it more atmospheric feel, so without them it sounds like this. course, we have some pads in the background, which I exported because they were taking a lot of CPU space. And the main attraction was this vocal. A little annoyed that they only gave a wet stem, but it was a pretty good wet stem. So.
Am I just a feeling you can't name?
So already pretty good. All I added was some compression and EQ to get rid of the bottom lights.
Am I just a feeling you can't name? Do you see?
So if I turn the compression off.
Do you see my face at night when all else fades?
Now again, this is basically getting me the same volume, but it sounds bigger.
Do you see my face at night when all else fades? Wherever you go,
so it's probably adding a couple dB as well.
Do you see my face at night?
So pads.
Do you see my face at night when all else?
The sub pad.
Where you go, I follow you all.
And then probably my favorite part of the track ended up being this.
Don't you stand there in the dark, 'cause I haven't left you. I have been there from the start. I won't forget you.
So we get these big drums coming in. And also this plug comes in. And then the lead just starts coming in as well. And it builds throughout. Oh yeah, also I should mention that these guitars are from the original and they sound like this. Actually, without effects, they sound like this. So what I'm doing there is virtual mix rack and then it goes through Kramer. So so again, without, with, so it gives it this really nice crunchy character that I really liked. And the lead over here, it's basically 3 layers, the big saw. Sound like together, but if I take all the effects out, they sound like this. And basically dry. The reason I bring the 3 different layers dry is because I then take them and put them through delay and reverb separately, so that they all have the same delay and the same reverb, so it doesn't become one huge mess. So with that, if we go put these on one by one, it would be like. So this mix rack gives a lot of volume and EQ. Basically getting some parallel compression at about 65 here, some shimmer, some EQ. Then if you put everything on, that's it. That's basically the meat and bones of the track, and it builds up. Some looks over here just giving it some grooving atmosphere. So yeah, I mean that's basically the whole track. Hopefully was helpful in some way. My main, like I said, I just feel like a lot more focus. Just wanted to focus on the kick and bass. Sounded great for the live show, and it came together pretty well. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment, hit me up. I'm pretty attached to my phone, so I'm usually pretty responsive. Besides that, you'll hear this track if you come to some of my shows. Got a show in Denver next month, and Global Dance Festival, and then for your birthday in San Francisco end of July. I got a big show in Amsterdam in October, and then another show in August, and a few other shows in the works, so really excited. This one have another few bootlegs I made, and just a lot of tracks I'm working on and already finished that out. I'm excited to share as well. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys at a show. If you guys want to hear this track in the mix, check out episode 3 Skylex Music on SoundCloud. I think it's called Summer Solstice. Yeah. Yeah, besides that, everybody have a fantastic week, and see you guys soon.